Before I do that, can someone talk real quick?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, Pog. Wonderful. Okay. I had a issue in my last collab where chat couldn't hear everyone else.
Huh.
Ooh, I have a +5 to spell attack.
That was an evil laugh.
I've
I'm
heard
very good at them.
I've heard more evil, so I'm not too concerned. That's
Oh
just like
shit!
the dynamite slinging one.
You've
We
heard
didn't
nothing yet.
really get an opportunity to give everyone an item, babe.
Oh,
No, obviously we didn't because we haven't had a chance. We're gonna have to talk about that at some point.
Why don't we do that first?
They're all bards. So,
except for
They're
Rat.
different schools of bards.
there's lore, swords, and glamour, I believe.
Yeah.
For the lore bard, it would be a book of some kind, I personally think.
What are
Book.
they using?
What?
What are they using?
What do you mean, what are they using? They're a
As
bard.
so?
Like
They
as
use
a
That
the
doesn't
instrument
mean
of
weapon?
they
some
only
kind.
have.
Rapier,
Thank
I'm
you.
assuming?
Uh,
Sword. Nice, nice, nice,
I don't
nice, nice, nice,
remember.
nice,
I
nice.
think I chose like a dagger and a crossbow. Yeah.
Dagger and a crossbow. Interesting choice.
I just figured they would be, I don't know, probably like more in the background trying to do spells.
I mean, if you're a caster bard, absolutely.
Hmm.
Nice campaign name. I like
What?
it.
The Endless Winter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot that my screen rotates. I was like, what is happening?
All right. You know what? While we're waiting, I'm just gonna ask the questions. Arden,
What up?
what is your more valued personal tool, weapon, implement that your character has?
Uh,
Like, if your character were to have something that is theirs, like they have their own special sword or their own special garbs, what do they got?
the rapier.
All right, cool. Thank you for making life easy for me.
Attempts are made.
Rad is magical when it comes to this kind of stuff. He makes really cool magic
Nephis,
items.
Yeah.
same question to you.
I guess crossbow just makes it easier.
It's not about making it easy, it's whatever fits for your character. This is something that you will keep for the entire campaign. I mean, at least that's the
Oh,
hope.
my macaroni!
I I would not be sure other than that. Um,
Because, like, as a caster, I imagine your focus would be more on your arcane focus.
oh yeah. I'm sorry. um, Probably a book or something would be really good then, because then it would explain how he got his spells.
What school are you again? Glamour? Or no, you're lore.
Lore, yeah.
Yeah. Something that's more like a book would make more sense for you, probably.
Yeah.
Book a whack.
Sorry, normally I like get into the very beginning of D&D and then I never get any farther. So my experience kind of doesn't help in this part.
We're all good. I'm eating lumpies.
Pardon?
Yeah? What was
Homono,
that?
homono, homono.
Thank you. Yeah. I've started.
Okay, no more dumpling mouse.
Okay, can you guys put your, D&D, or your D&D, your Twitch handles up? Babe, are you streaming this?
Not right now, no.
Okay. I'm prepping everybody else's stuff. I got Chuwu's. I just need, Void and... There we go.
Yet. Yet.
Perfect. Alright.
I should be Who's This Nerd, but I'm grabbing the link. I did not want to go to my profile. What is happening?
Chaos.
Valid.
Chaos is happening.
There we go.
I have macaroni and cheese. I have macaroni and cheese.
I'm a little jealous, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd share if I could.
Your
Well, my
phone's on, right,
sibling
babe?
came in and dropped off some hot chocolate, so hee hee.
I had such a
yes,
day
my
at work
phone is
that I'm
on.
just like shoving food in my face.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh shoot. Can I just go? Hold on.
Here you go, guys.
no.
Alright, Pez. AKA
Yasu.
Chuwu. That same question from earlier applies.
My loot.
Your loot? Good.
The loot.
Pikachu.
I choose you.
Is Pika even here? Hold up. Who's Pika?
They're not here anymore. That would have
Oh.
been Lulu.
Oh, yeah, that would have been Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu and Jess aren't able to
Unfortunately.
make it for the D&D sessions, but I did find someone who had also applied who's good for around this time. They couldn't make
Awesome.
it today because they had already had something planned and it was super last minute, but they just joined the server and everything, so we can get them going sometime this week.
Yeah, let them
Okay,
know
cool.
to message me too, just so that I can get some backstory and stuff.
Yes.
On.
Ooh.
Sorry, one of my friends is in chat right now.
Mm.
Oh. Well.
Alright. So, we're about to start. But before we do, I just want to remind you guys, at the end of the day, this is your campaign. I want you guys to have fun. If you ever feel like you're not having fun, come to me and tell me, because it's the only way I can fix it. Alright?
Okie dokie.
I have one request. And that is to at least sometime in the campaign, doesn't have to be soon, to commit arson.
I'll allow it at least once.
Yay!
At least what?
At least once. Listen, Arden may be a bard, but the only thing they, hi honey, the only thing they flirt with is crime and arson.
Arts, art and arts.
Arden arson. One of my friends in chat
Let me
just
get
went,
the
yay,
multi-stream linked up.
arson.
Oh my goodness. Let me get the multi-stream set up in a collab link real quick.
Hello, everybody. All right, I'm gonna deafen. I'm gonna do my introduction, and then we're gonna start. Okay?
Okie dokie.
The guest speakers and start.
Sorry.
No, my chat said I like arson, so I was having fun with that.
Arson. Like, already surprised.
True.
But yeah, I'm gonna mute myself real quick. I'm almost done with my mac and cheese too, so.
You're a mac and cheese.
I am a mac and cheese.
Fuck
I am cheesy and delightful, and my presence can make things better.
Yeah.
So,
Hello,
I take that as a compliment.
my lovelies.
Hi.
I am going to.
Arden.
What is happening right now?
What?
Arden.
What?
Until
What
I
do?
make it more specific, just you start with a +1 rapier.
Oh, yes, okay.
All right.
I'll take it. Can I swallow it?
I mean, you can sure as hell try. Now,
I mean, it goes with my backstory, so yes.
my beautiful babies, I'm going to pick on each of you to give a small introduction of yourself, not your character, just yourself, so that my stream can get to know you a little bit. I'm going to start with Rad.
Well, bad timing because I still need everybody to add their items. Give me 1 sec here, alright?
Fucking fine. You know what? Chuwu!
I need to remember which item I'm trying to give them. Holy.
Chuwu.
Why don't I see
Hello,
Instrument of the
everyone.
Bards?
My name is Chuwu Baka. I am a stuffed bear VTuber. Usually I enjoy games that are FPS, like Apex Legends, Overwatch 2, Fortnite No Builds, Modern Warfare 2, and so on. I'm also a gacha gamer. I love games like Genshin Impact, Cookie Run Kingdom. I'm also partial to TTRPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, and all sorts of other things. I hope you can join us today and be a good little cub.
Beautiful. That definitely wasn't rehearsed. Arden, otherwise known as the amazing, ever wonderful, phenomenal. I'm gonna keep going.
I'm panicking because you keep going.
Lux, go ahead.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Lux, aka Luxiana. I am a cursed fox VTuber who primarily plays Final Fantasy XIV, a little bit of Genshin, cozy games like Stardew, and whatever else the hyperfixation requires, and whatever the dopamine wants. I play Arden. Oh wait, it was just about me, not my character. My bad.
Not yet. We're gonna do character introductions in character.
Okay.
Who is this nerd, otherwise known as Mikey? Give me your introduction.
Hi, I'm Mikey. I am sick right now, so forgive me. But I am an artist and VTuber. I first started by playing BioShock, but I've kind of just do whatever I want to on my channel. That's pretty much it, though.
And Rad Dad Radioactua.
Hey, my name's Rad. I'm a monkey. I draw and play video games. I don't really know what else to say.
I want more mac and cheese.
More mac and cheese.
I'm hungry.
I'll give my little intro. I'm Stargirl. I'm a Final Fantasy 14 VTuber by trade, but lately I've been doing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. A big fan of homebrewing worlds. The campaign you're about to be a part of and witness is my own creation, so bear with me as we traverse the lands of Talisium together. I hope you guys have a great time watching this. I'm so excited to have these amazing players with me. Rad is my partner, not only on Twitch, but he's my IRL partner. He's a really amazing person. He's been helping me create magic items and things for these campaigns for as long as I can remember. He has always been my rock, so you'll probably see me defer to him a couple times to ask him rules, because there's some nuances that I'm still getting used to. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. There's a multi-links for anybody who wants to watch everybody all at once. It might get a little chaotic, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. And with that, are we ready to start Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
No, the other two, Nephis and Pez.
Howdy.
You guys are just gonna start with a rhythm maker's drum, but it's not a drum. It's whatever you said it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, let me put the multi-stream info in my chat real quick before I forget, because we know I will, because ADHD is real,
Oh, yeah.
especially today.
That's a mood.
Oh, I've been I was in training all day today, so my brain is like empty. So I'm sorry in advance.
That's okay. So, to set the scene of the world you are in, you belong to a land called Midgard. Some of you may have come here from travels, some of you may have been born here. You would all know that where there was once lush summers and fair weather, for the past year has been plunged into a winter unlike any other. Temperatures that could near kill, blizzards that blind and cause those wandering to lose their way. Your particular party stands out from the rest. Few are willing to leave the comforts of their villagers, and fewer still are willing to travel across the lands. Fimbulvinter is upon you. About a year into the 3-year prophesized winter to end all. A sign of Ragnarok. Tales tell of some lands that were rendered to rubble, and those that were pulled together into chaos. Here, your concern is surviving the harsh climates and the increased banditry, and you all have been on the road for quite some time. You have stopped to camp. Give yourselves a break from your long trek. Villages are few and far between at this point, most of them having combined to try and consolidate what little they have in terms of resources. This particular place that you are camping, there's a cave entrance. It's not a very deep cave, but it's enough of a shelter.
Welcome.
To give yourselves a good fire and some time to eat and rest. For my bards, you've been traveling alone, the 3 of you. Pretty strong, unfazed by the rumors of bandits and other potential hazards on the road. Rolgar, you've been traveling mostly by yourself on and off for the past I'd say about, 6 months?
Mhm.
You use your skills to guide those who are lost, looking to gain whatever you can in terms of glory from ascertaining the safety of others. You are nearing a camp. You can hear a few people joyously playing music. You can hear the crackle of their fire, and you can smell the honestly mouth-watering scent of food being cooked. But you can also hear something in the distance. Footsteps crunching through the snow, approaching this camp at a speed that concerns you. And this is where we open the stage.
Oh crap! Do we have a link? I don't even remember our own link. Are we using Foundry?
We're not using Foundry today. This will
Oh,
be the
okay.
only time. This will be the only time we do Theater of the Mind. From now on, there
Yeah.
will be Foundry link and there will be maps, but for today, and today only, we will do Theater of the Mind.
Also, just keep an eye on the phone, by the way. I'll go get it when it's
I am! It's sitting next to me!
I'm just saying.
Do you want me
oh my
to?
god.
Do you want me to shove it down my throat so that you can hear it sing to you? when
No,
it goes
because then
off?
you can't answer it.
The violence has already started.
What the f?
The-
This is
Oh my
this is what I have to
goodness.
deal with, man.
Thank you, Bismuth. Hello. Welcome. Yes, the multi-stream is amazing. So, Pez, Arden, and Nephis, you are hunkered down at your camp, probably playing some music, cooking your food, enjoying a good break from the honestly harsh conditions and long walks you've had. It's probably the nicest accommodations you guys have had in a couple of days.
I mean, it's dry, so I'll take it.
And you guys will hear in the distance the crunching of snow as multiple sets of feet in the deep crunching snow approach you. Rolgar, you can see the camp now, and you can see that approaching from the other side is a group of about 5 bandits.
Then Vrolgar will hold his cloak high, covered in snow, and place himself by a tree, blending in with the winds of the blizzard.
Bandit leader will walk up to your little encampment, and he stands about 6'2". Pretty
I am
bulky
muted.
guy.
Is my
Muscles
microphone any better?
kind of spilling out of the tight leather armor. You can tell that they likely can't get their hands on
I
well-fitting
switched.
stuff. And he looks at you and goes, "You're in our spot."
Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem, Bismuth. I will do that.
Quick
Arden
question.
just
Who
sort-
tells that to? He says that to the bards or to Rolgar?
To the bards.
Your spot.
I don't see your name on it.
Yeah,
Like, did you
what's
carve
it
it
to
somewhere?
you?
Did you
We've
carve
been
it
camping
somewhere?
here for weeks.
No one. I saw nothing earlier.
You could have written your name in the sand. Maybe that would have helped.
This
Like,
is a
there
free
wasn't-
range.
I look down at the snowy ground and go, "What's sand?"
It's a
Well, you
figure
could
of
have written it
speech.
in the snow.
His eyes
Sand,
kind of
snow.
narrow.
They start with a S.
Well, you should share some of your food. If we're hungry.
Do we have enough to share?
I mean, we could all work together and make a feast. That would be fun, but why are you so demanding?
You could at least say please.
Do I look like a chef?
The bandit kind of looks back at the group of, there's three of them that look like, they're not much. One looks like he has a bit of muscle, but the others look thin and as though they haven't eaten.
Mm,
We've been removed from our village, told that we were not enough of a warrior to stay.
well, that's rude of them. I kind of feel bad now.
Bandit will then cautiously reach down to his side satchel and pull out a meager amount of jerky.
Yeah.
And kind of cautiously hands it over.
I mean, I guess we could share. That wouldn't be a horrible thing. Besides, what's the worst that could happen?
I mean, yeah, at least now they're being nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I didn't
that
have
looks
to
like
cast
bigger
charm
than
person.
me, so
Well, in return, if you share food, we would like to spar with you. I want to prove to my village that I am warrior enough for them.
One moment. Huddle.
Huddle.
Alongside this, Brilgar will cautiously approach, using the winds to mask his movement, as he's just eyeing from the background, close enough to get in range if he needs to, but seeing this exchange, they don't seem to be much bandits.
And, kind of noticing, do you get close enough that they'd be able to see you at this point?
I would say I'm within about 20 to 30 feet, so it depends on how strong the storm is and if anyone's looking around, or if they're all looking at the camp, because I'm coming from behind.
One of them kind of, notices your approach and will give a little bit of a head tilt towards you. Would you like to join us?
That's him speaking to me.
Yeah.
Well, I will make a cautious approach as I keep a few paces away from the back, almost as if I'm creating a sort of wall between the camp, them and myself now, as I just cross my arms, observing.
These are the first people to offer to actually help us. Most just take up arms the moment we approach.
okay, guys. So how are we gonna do this?
That's a good question. I don't really want to fight anybody, but
I don't either, but sparring could be fun. It's been a while since I've gotten to spar with anyone.
Hot meal and then we can spar?
I don't see why not.
I guess I could
I can-
try.
Hunt, is anyone against rabbit?
Ooh, rabbit is always good.
I might
I
take
used
a
to
nibble.
ride rabbits.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I understand. Kill or be killed.
We gotta eat something.
Well, I will take care of the hunting. And who are you, mysterious visitor? Actually, I should introduce myself. I am from a village nearby. Nearby being relative, I suppose. how do I explain this? Have you ever heard of like the rite of passage for warriors?
Would I have heard about that?
Probably.
I've heard it in passing.
What's that?
It's how a village tells if their men and women are worthy of the title of warrior, and I failed it.
It seems rather arbitrary.
But it is part of our heritage, and I must respect it. I am much better at cooking and hunting than I ever have been at killing or any of that. Honestly, like I said, most people just pull their arms out. They don't even give us a chance to share in a meal with them. You can call me
Yeah.
Leaf.
Leaf.
That's a cool name.
It's very traditional.
Quite. This lovely fellow here is Aaron. And one of the smaller, skinnier looking men steps forward, giving a bit of a half bow, and like the fur that he's wearing around his shoulders begins to slip, the obviousness of this pelt being way too big for him.
Need a little hem on that?
Oh, it's quite possible that I might, honestly. Well, like he said, we were the outcasts of the village, and most of the time we had to take to, less kind means of getting ourselves fed. But if you are willing to help, I would show you some things that I have created that may help with your adventure.
Let's see what I've got in my bag. Let's see. Inventory. Could I, in theory, use the disguise kit to help him?
Oh, actually, I have a question about that too. So changelings, what's the verdict on them? Is there a stigma against them, or are they just normal?
Kind of just a vibe.
Okay, 'cause I can volunteer to disguise as anybody.
Give me 1 second.
Nice.
Can you go down to get it?
Yeah.
Food.
There
I
will
will
be down
just
in a
say that
second.
I am watching menacingly.
You know, this reminds me of that one time when I spent too much gold on Daddy, and he told me he would kick me out. It's like the same situation.
Totally.
Sure.
The leader kind of laughs, and he'll turn to another one of them. This is Irsa. And the one who has a bit of muscle to him will step forward. I didn't necessarily fail my trial, but they removed all of my brothers from the camp, sent them to their deaths into the cold without any protections, saying that it would build character instead. 3 of them came back dead, and one of them came back with so much of his body frozen. There was not to do but, well, the unfortunate.
That seems like the opposite of building character.
That's what I said, but I myself have pride in my talent of being able to sharpen weapons, and there are many things that I can do as well, forming arrows, things like that. If you need help, you can always rely on me.
Thank you for the offer.
And then the final will step up, looking a little more confident now that everyone else has been introduced, and he'll go, my name is Iva. Pleasure to meet you all. I am a archer by trade, hunter, gatherer. I was never meant to be a warrior. Just a guy, you know.
Just a guy.
I will help with getting you all some food and the likes. And if you all can help us learn to fight a bit better, I'm sure my brothers would be willing to take you to the next village, accompany you along to safety, and, well, we might know somebody who needs some aid, actually.
That could be fun.
No. I'm not sure I'm very good at teaching how to fight, but I can teach you how to swallow a sword.
Like blinks at you, and then you'll see slowly but surely out of the collar of his shirt crawls this little squirrel-like creature.
A baby.
It's
And-
Oh my
tiny
god,
squirrel.
that's so cute.
It looks similar to, they're really, really adorable. I don't know how to explain these. They're called Japanese dwarf flying squirrels.
Oh my goodness.
And they're like probably one of the cutest things I have ever seen in my life. And the best way to describe these things is their eyes are bigger than their brain.
Oh my god, it's adorable. Hold on, I have to find
go.
a picture for.
They look like and it'll peep out at you, and it will gently, to anyone who kind of notices it, will gently toss a roasted chestnut.
It's so cute.
Where
They're always
can I
cute,
buy
too.
one? I want one.
I need 50. I need a small army of them.
I like your little guy.
Oh, it's a little friend.
And he'll kind of smile and go, I don't really know where I found this one. It kind of followed me home one day, and, well, here we are. He's an interesting one.
Yes, interesting. It's good, but so cute. I wanted to squish him.
If you let me hold the little rat thing, I will definitely help you. You got my help.
His name is Eel, and I'm sure. And he puts his arm out so that the little squirrel-like creature can crawl towards you. And as it gets to the end of his fingertips, will jump and spread its little feet out and float down gently onto you.
Oh my goodness.
How big is it?
Like, what? It's hand-sized. Like, it's a flying squirrel. It's a little dude. No, it is not
It's like
Ratatoskr.
sugar glider.
Could I
It's like
It is
hug
not
it?
Ratatoskr. Oh my god.
Ratatoskr from Smite?
I'm pretty sure that is a red squirrel, if I'm not mistaken.
I give it lots of pets.
So,
It will
I'm gonna
happily
pet it too.
chill at you.
Will
I wanna pet
will
it
it be
too.
enough so I can like hug it?
You would absolutely be able to hug it.
Haha.
Pets is tiny
losers.
enough.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna go and hug it.
It's Pikachu.
I fly
It's
over.
Pikachu!
Oh my
It's
goodness!
Clefairy!
It's Clipper.
And the bandits kind of look around and they go, honestly, we're hoping to arrive at the next village and find ourselves some honest work. But
I would
that
say that's a
fellow
better
there
idea.
is he with you or?
No, I don't know who he is. Who are you?
I just want to eat. Fuck.
I'm eating too.
No.
Listen.
Okay.
You gotta
hold
pay
on.
attention
Let me
to us,
take my
too.
first bite.
He's my
No.
estranged cousin.
Unacceptable!
Pay attention to us.
Lemon grab?
Oh, so good. Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
That's such a mood. I might go get the rest of the mac and cheese. It's like I'm staring at it.
This is the squirrel,
Why don't
guys.
we just take 5 real quick?
That's
Fine.
the flying squirrel.
Okay.
Hey, Chuwu.
Uwu.
I've picked your character already.
Kind of just. I love
Yeah,
this.
I was like, you know what? I can't not have myself be a fairy and not be a fairy.
I accept it.
Also, I made a joke that Rad's character was my estranged cousin, but I was also muted, so.
The barbarian
everybody's
has a
setup.
little bit of art. I
Y'all
just
are
threw
so
my setup
cute.
together. Also, if anybody wants one of the D&D plushes assets, let me know. I have all 3 of them.
I have them. They're
I
on
have
my,
them on my stream.
yeah.
My
Yes,
mind
good.
flare is next to my mic, and the owlbear and the gelatinous cube are both sitting on my bed.
Okay, fine, Wispy. I will hydrate. I gotta get more water anyway. Excellent.
Everyone got ready. Get what you
Okay.
need.
Okay.
I'm just so
BRB.
excited. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this game. I'm so pumped.
It's really fun so far.
I
This
popped
is
the wrong
fun.
screen.
Oh my god.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
I actually made a whole bunch of new, like points, redeems. One of them, if you donate 20,000 points, one of you will be chosen for a nat 20. Just automatically, you'll be given a nat 20. And another one of them is for 2,000 points, somebody can choose a character to get inspiration at the end of the stream to be used for the next session. Give me those points.
Oh, yes.
Follow.
Gang.
Follow.
Oh, hi.
There we go. Didn't realize I wasn't following you.
Well, thank you.
I have the most delicious buffalo burger ever right now, and I'm so excited.
I have donuts that I haven't touched.
I think that's blasphemy.
Well, it's
I
a
have a
little too
big
sweet.
donut.
Was that was that an innuendo?
No, I literally have a big donut.
Okay. I had to double check.
Who's getting banned? What's happening in your chat, Chuwu?
Chaos,
Um,
probably.
So, just so everyone knows, my chat is a very loving and accepting place. We are a safe zone. But
Oh, gee.
I
Thank
will
you for the
not,
follow, Stargirl Games.
Yeah, I won't
Sorry.
accept punching babies or violence against young ones. That's not something that we'll accept here. Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank
No,
you.
God, no.
What happened?
What happened?
I'll put it in chat. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
I might make jokes about punting, but it's in good fun. And it's
Listen,
usually towards my own family.
True.
So fun D&D
Nom, nom, nom.
story. Rad and I met through D&D. That's how we ended
Aw.
up dating.
That makes
Wait,
sense.
that's so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Our characters in this universe are actually married. The characters from that
Aw.
campaign. It was a really fun time. It was really, really cute.
Nice.
I'm just a big
You all might have the
nerd.
unfortunate pleasure of meeting her.
And possibly her girl or her wife too, but she's kind of an enigma.
Gotcha.
Honestly, you probably don't want to be meeting that character because it means you might be dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bet.
But she gets around.
So you're saying TPK time?
Oh my God, Star.
Yeah.
What we were literally just discussing before.
Yeah.
Did I miss the manga? What did I miss the manga?
Oh no.
Are you good?
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm eating like I said, I'm eating a spicy burger. And I'm sick, so my
spicy.
sinuses are finally like going like, now's a good time to empty, right? Like right now? Right here? Just casually
I'm sorry.
dying. Yes, that's what DMs do. We casually die.
Like, you said spicy hamburger. My first thought was like, that's a spicy meat. And I'm like, wait. Me at myself. Me at myself, why are you like this? Also, me at myself, The mac and cheese is cold, but it's still delicious.
Somebody say something about spicy meatballs?
I said spicy meat. And then Star said spicy meatball.
I have
That
some
was a
spicy
spicy meatball!
It's called my hypothetapenis.
I have some spicy meat.
Chuwu.
See, that's where my thought process was going, and then I just choked on mac and cheese.
We all have the same
I
brain cell.
deserve that.
We share of the brain cell.
Is that why I couldn't focus during work today?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, somebody had to use it.
Oh, come on. I have an office job. I need it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I had to use it so I could memorize Lizzo lyrics. Sorry.
I do
You know what,
some
it's fine.
Memphis, by the way.
I know it. It's fine. I'm in training this week. I don't need it that much. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. I am fed again. I am content.
Quick question. Let's say hypothetically my homie destroys my Minecraft dirt mound. Should I burn his home down as blood payment? Sure, why not?
Do it.
Arson is always okay. I mean...
Arson is acceptable if you're being bullied.
Well, yeah, if you're being bullied, yeah, go ham.
If you are being bullied, it is acceptable to bully the bully.
Yeah.
Don't commit arson in real life.
Bully the bully harder.
Disclaimer, don't try this at home.
Disclaimer, do not actually act on these in IRL, in real life.
Internet
Because
My home,
arson.
so I'll take hits.
Internet arson is fine.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like burning down the servers for the internet would still be pretty bad.
Oh, probably.
Sat, thank you for letting me know. Now I know you're here. I can pick on you.
No, wait.
I'm not doing my voice filters during when we talk. I'll just do them off.
Don't do this.
When I take off my push to talk.
Hey now, don't try it.
Yes, good.
Don't try
I
it.
love
Oh,
Mark
excuse
so
me.
much. Oh my god.
Don't try it.
Can we talk about his Pokemon Smasher Pass? Oh yeah, I did one of those.
Don't you?
Oh my goodness.
I have like an equal smash to pass ratio,
Really?
which is a bit disturbing, not gonna lie, but like, hey, you know, just
Don't do the thing that
Look, they're friends. Look, they're friends. Sorry, I put the gelatinous cube next to the owlbear, and I'm like, oh look, they're friends.
I'm watching your streams. I can see you all.
I could put the mind flayer on my head.
I was gonna put the owlbear on my head.
This is
1 second, 1 second. I need a ball. I need the ball.
Don't be that guy. Just watch us do the thing.
I'm living for the doodles right now, guys. Thank you. You're making my life.
Be safe.
He's just a friend. He's just a little friend.
Safe for you.
Is that a bear from Toy Story? Is that a sticker?
Beautiful.
No, that's me.
That better be amazing.
Is that you?
Bury myself in the plushes.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
me.
There we go. Excellent. This is great. This was a good idea.
I was
I wanna do that
totally
IRL.
distracted and played the disclaimer song from Unaunavtb.
So everybody, please listen up. If you have not yet gone and visited all my amazing friends, go follow them. Go
Yes.
follow my friends.
So aggressive.
I love them.
Aggressive support. I should have a timer be popping up soon with everybody.
I love them so much, and I appreciate them. And without them, I would not be doing D&D right now. So you know what? Mega Pog.
Pog.
Hog.
Hog.
It almost
Listen,
sounded
for
like an
tier-
ah.
For a tier 3 sub, I will call you my little Pog champ for a month.
If I get 5 gifted subs, I will do an ara ara.
If I get 1 gifted sub and a follow, I will give you my soul.
I'm not
That's-
monetized.
A little extreme.
I mean, I've already got the follow. I can just give you a gifted sub.
I mean, I'll give you a good cub. I know I won't mute myself either.
I'm dying.
You should give Rad a good cub. He was not feeling well today. I feel like he deserves one.
Like, I'm not
Good
gonna
memento.
lie, hearing you're gonna give me a good cub means something very different to me, and it makes me a little uncomfortable.
Oh my lord. I mean, ada ada.
Okay, what is the context of cub here? Okay, I guess no answer.
You see, in Chuwu's world, we're all in Rainbow Paradise, and everyone here is my care cub. Soon to be changed because of copyright issues. But with every follow, you get a free good cub if you want it. It is a little sultry.
Oh my god.
That doesn't really explain anything.
I regret nothing.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Lux?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hello, Lux. Thank you for being such a good cub for Chuwu. I hope we have a great D&D session today.
Air, does that help? Oh, was I muted? I am.
Welcome back, Sonia. Congrats on the sub.
Oh, I rubbed my eyes and it hurt. Oh.
Holy crap!
You only
Spiciness
heard half
clearing
of
something
it.
out.
I'm very happy right now. Arden is gone. What?
What? I'm still here.
All right, well, I'm done eating.
I finished my donut a while ago. I inhaled that.
Alright, my little Pog champs.
Let's
One
go.
last reminder. If you have a Twitch Prime sub to one of these amazing players or the DM, whoever you'd like, but use your Prime subs. It's a free sub, and you get to take it right out of Jeff Bezos' wallet. Come on, who doesn't like using Jeff Bezos?
Yes.
How do I get to be called a PogChamp? You tier 3 sub to my channel, and for a month I will call you my little PogChamp.
It's a good deal.
It is a
Very
very
And
good deal.
if you're part of my Discord server, you'll get the exclusive PogChamp role.
The elusive PogChamp role, only found in Stargirl Games Discord server.
Nobody has gotten it yet. Nobody. I don't think I've ever had a tier 3 sub, so that's probably why.
Probably.
I've had a sub in a different way,
Expensive.
but
Oh my god.
I
can
just
talk about
wanted to
that later.
shout out my sibling again. Thank you for
So
the hot
about
cocoa.
D&D.
It's
oh,
so
back
good.
to it at hand.
Back to D&D.
And scene.
And soon. My friends. These lovely, bandit folk. You're my little PogChamp.
What?
You only get one, though, because it was tier 1, but you get one.
Okay, fair enough.
You get a little PogChamp. So, we were at Rolgar.
Oh my god, what the?
Yep, spicy food. It does you in, man. It does you in. It clears them sinuses.
Dude, it's not in my sinus. It's my throat for some reason.
You have sinuses in your throat, technically.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. But
I mean,
then again, who asked?
technically correct is the best kind of correct, and that's all I'm saying.
Welcome
sorry.
to my channel. I will pull technicalities on anything I can, because I'm annoying.
All
I
right.
hope you understand that anytime I say who asked, it is in the most
Gimme.
lighthearted manner ever. But really, who
Oh,
did
I know.
ask?
I know.
Yeah.
Rolgar.
I'm messing.
Give me hot cocoa,
Yes,
please.
sorry.
Pretty, please.
All right, so if I recall, Zora, what was the last thing that was said before?
They asked you who you were because, like, you just kind of
Right. yeah.
creeping. You just
Okay,
kind of
so-
creeping, dude.
Yeah, Rolgar will definitely just be observing the scene, and there will be this aura on him, especially for whoever the closest guy is, as he's looking down at him almost judgmentally. But after a couple minutes pass and he gives everyone a once-over, he'll just let out a little bit of a deep grunt, and the hand that was on the hilt of his axe will start loosening its grip as he lets it slide down back into his satchel on the back. He will look over to the captain and back to the one who was eyeing him over. You must forgive me if I am a bit hesitant to trust starving wolves.
They'll kind of nod, and they pull a few things out of their packs collectively, and they have meager rations, some very tough bread, things that are generally easy to cook and take portably, and will spread out on the the best they can in a blanket, puts things down and offers them as a portion of what they can do for food. And they'll look to Rolgar with a bit of a shrug and go, "We're very sorry for being aggressive. No one's ever actually offered to help us before."
You
But-
have certainly chosen a poor time to try and make friends in such a manner.
What he really means
He-
is you're welcome.
He nods.
And I mean, people are sort of out for their own skin lately. It's just getting worse, though.
Hence why I'm sure you can forgive me for the caution.
Who are you?
One thing. Yeah, who are all of you? We've introduced ourselves.
That is an excellent question. Who wants to start? Not it.
Yes. Why don't we start with you? Describe what you look like.
Hello. My name is Pez. Pez the Dispensier. I am a 4'5" fairy. I'm 40 pounds. I'm a little thicky boy. I have pink hair and pink wings to accentuate myself. I am a bard of the glamour class, so I really enjoy being sparkly. My favorite color is rainbow, and I love shopping on Daddy's Gold.
Who is Daddy?
It's Daddy.
Fair enough.
Arden.
Oh, it's because I talked. I am Arden. I am. Do I want to reveal what I actually am yet? Or
You don't have to.
Well-
You can just say you're a bard.
I am a bard of the College of Sword. Arden is about 6'6", kind of broad, but not too broad. Long blonde hair and topaz eyes. They
Ooh.
are. They're tall. I'm tall. And yeah, they are originally from oh, yes, hello, Stargirl games. It's not like I'm talking to you right now or anything either.
I'm just giving you hearts.
I love you. I appreciate you. Arden is a carnival hand / sword swallower
Oh my
from a
goodness.
traveling fae carnival.
Thank you for the raid, or what the heck?
So he's a performer at heart,
Welcome.
and his pronouns are he they. I will be using them interchangeably. I'm sorry.
That's
I
valid.
love it. No, that's super valid, and I love it. I love that that is
Chew!
your character. Let us hear Nephis.
Yes, Nephis.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, Nephis, he's, like 6'2", I think. Uses any and all pronouns. And, their hair is really long. Today it's, pure white, and, it's in a ponytail. Well, it's got a little bit of a ponytail and the rest is down. They look like an elf, but they are a changeling.
I love it. Thank you. And okay.
You see before you Vrolgar, a pale blue-skinned, what some might recognize to kind of bear the physique of a hobgoblin, but certainly not what they are known to be as the red-skinned warriors. Instead, he has this orangish-brown, magnificent beard that hangs low, as well as hair flowing back into a mighty ponytail. He is dressed in a fur cloak that covers most of his upper body and extends his silhouette to a menacing physique. An axe almost as long as him as he holds it up to his back. And he is 6'3".
Oh boy.
He is big boy.
The
Weighing
tall
in at
boys.
210 pounds in the blue corner.
Time to tackle. Go for the kneecaps.
And without revealing too much, he certainly fits the bill of what some might know to be a fierce berserker known as Odin's warriors. And I will simply say he is a barbarian.
Time to go for the kneecaps.
I would like to rage.
Oh, I would like
Arden.
to rage.
I'm going
Arden
to
the
tell you
Bard.
guys.
I'd like to rage.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now because it's kind of important. That for certain abilities, if you ever want to change them to fit your character, please feel free. Flavoring a spell to be more like you is absolutely acceptable and way more fun than being like, I cast Firebolt, yay. Like, if you are more attuned with something like ice or like something like that, please feel free to change things. We went over that, but just a reminder that if you want to, just let me know you're flavoring it. You're always welcome. And like, I reward good role play. So if you're describing what you're doing and stuff, you're gonna end up with inspiration. You're gonna end up with lots and lots of chances to earn that inspiration.
This is Nephis, by the way.
Another
Shiny.
thing too, crit rules. Rolgar, you remember how we do crit, so I'm gonna get you to explain
Oh,
it.
yeah. Right. We should probably... I mean, do we want to save that for when we actually get into combat so it might be a little more applicable and fresh in people's minds?
Yes, but
Yeah, that works.
keep in mind, this is how we do. And never, ever, ever feel afraid to ask for clarification. It doesn't matter if you're a D&D veteran or not. Sometimes there's always something that we have questions about. So, like, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to, like, you know, if you're not feeling something, to change it up. And if you really, really want to change your character too, you're always welcome to. But I just want to make sure to say that because I just got a message from somebody talking about potentially changing their character. So, please, 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 if you're not having fun, let me know. Okay?
To the Shadow Realm
do
with whoever
this.
you are.
No, it's okay.
Banish.
They were allowed. They were allowed to ask. They were
And
allowed to
from
ask
the
me.
ashes.
They are
Into the
born
Shadow
anew!
Realm.
All right.
Yeet.
So, the hunters of the group will
Oh
head
my
out
god, 12 viewers?
and
Goodness.
we'll
Are
bring
you
back
kidding me?
some
Hi,
fresh
everyone.
meat for you all. And trying to keep as much of the, you know, goriness away from you guys. They will come back with the meat already ready and prepared to go over the fire.
I will say that I actually go with them to hunt so I can still get a gauge on them. But
And
also because I can probably hunt fairly well.
yeah, these guys, you can tell that they're not made to be warriors. These are hunters. They are phenomenal at tracking animals, at foraging even. Some of them find, even in this frozen winter, you still find sometimes plants that fruit even in the bitter cold. Mushrooms especially, and they find they find some edible plants, and they'll bring them all back to camp very proudly. And any of the pelts, you'll see that they very carefully clean the pelts and will present them to the group as a gift.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And they ensure that they are impeccable. There is not a spot
Oh,
of
wow.
Whoa.
blood on them. They are beautiful.
I don't think y'all need to be warriors. Y'all could be like tanners or something.
And
Like-
the group kind of looks at you and
Dang.
goes, "It would be a better profession for any of us, I think." But we do want to learn to fight for ourselves. For even if we
fair,
become
you-
merchants, the road will still be treacherous. I'm sure Rolgar Vol could tell you about the treachery that is on the roads. I've seen a few of your kind aiding fellow adventurers and parties to traverse the frozen wastes.
Sorry, my dog came up.
Pet
Wait,
the
what?
damn dog.
Pet the dog.
Damn, but I'm
Hey,
cleaning my
Rad.
face.
Huh?
What was the name of that drum again?
Oh, the rhythm maker. Just look up rhythm and it should show up in the like item search.
Was it
Yeah, rhythm.
the plus
Rhythm
1,
Maker's
plus
drum.
2, or plus 3?
You know, just start with a +3. Why not have a +3 at this point in the game?
Plus
+1.
Plus
Plus one.
1.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta remove it.
Ivar,
Sorry. So I will look to him with a nod as I am preparing the meats myself.
Ivar, the bowyer, will kind of get a little bit closer to Rolgar and ask questions, like just casual questions about, you know, where you come from and stuff like that. And you can tell that he's a younger lad. He probably just came into his adult years. And he's still curious.
He
He's
must be
full of
protected.
this he's full of this interest in the world, and the one thing that you'll know is that for most of you, you can remember long back of the land before it was completely covered in basically an eternal winter. For him, this has kind of been his normal, because even before this year of winter, it was sporadically, and even then, very rarely, summer. So he's eager to learn of anything of the land that you knew before he did.
If anything bad happens to him, I will commit a crime. A very large scale crime.
I'll kind of glance off the side to him here and there as I'm working away. I cannot put blame on your clan for believing that such skills as combat are more important these days. But you will listen to me and understand that surely there must be more paths to glory than just war and death.
A young man will nod enthusiastically, and he'll pull out of his pocket these intricately carved wooden dice.
Ooh.
And then a couple of little figurines. He kind of displays them out. He goes, "See, when I was very young, my father taught me how to do this. It was how we spent time together. He was unable to speak. An illness had taken his voice, but he would tell stories through these. And I never wanted to fight. I wanted to learn how to cure things like what happened to my father. And so I learned herbs and medicine, and then there was none."
Oh.
But thankfully, my father still lives quite comfortably. He was the only one who did not want me to leave the village.
I'm serious. If anything happens to him, I will commit murders. Many murders.
I'd like to prove that I am at least worthy of my father's praise. So if I cannot earn it through combat, I would like to earn it through honest means. And like my brother said, we'd like to learn a bit of combat, but in return, we could travel with you to the next village, where I'm sure there will be work for capable people. And mayhaps in time, we'll have our own shop and you can come visit us.
My heart.
Certainly ambitious goals for such times.
I'm good at making arrows, as much as I'm good at making these, and, well, and he pulls, a little totem-like thing out of his pocket, and will kind of toss it up in the air, and then as he does, it kind of explodes in a bit of a puff of smoke. And it's quite heavy smoke. I made these.
Arden's eyes just go so wide and like, what is that?
Smoke bombs of sorts. Our youngest member here is quite talented when it comes to tinkering with items. He's made some fascinating discoveries in the past. And these
Is he a
have
baby
aided
artificer?
our
He's a baby artificer. Sorry.
I just love your excitement.
I got excited. It's very easy to get me excited.
Oh my.
But I can see
Chuwu.
that perhaps, while having a shop may be a bit of an ambitious goal, perhaps we can help turn the tides of war with some of our abilities. Perhaps not physically by being there, but by doing what we do best. Feeding, cooking, creating. Not all of us are meant to be warriors.
And on that note, I can agree. It is a shame. Perhaps your friend there with the tinkering skills would find himself more at home at Svartalfheim.
Sometimes I wonder. Well, and he kind of looks over the group again and goes, once we've eaten and had break, if you'd be willing to just teach us a few things so that we can protect ourselves better, we'd be forever grateful.
Of course.
Yeah, why not? We could probably use the exercise.
As long as I don't get dirty, I'm down.
You'll hear a bit of a chuckle from Volgar as he's like trying to contain it in his belly. You must forgive me, but a lot of you do not come off to me as warriors.
That's a bit rude.
That's fair.
Excuse me, young man.
Fair. But rude.
I am like a total warrior.
Is that so?
Did you just say
You tell him,
warrior?
Pez.
Did you just say warrior?
Yeah, like rar, like warrior.
Pez knows what he's talking about.
I did. Warrior. I love it. I like wordplay.
Awful creatures. All right. You guys cook dinner. And for once, with everything brought together by everyone, you have a pretty filling meal. It's been a while since you've really eaten like this, the lot of you, and you can tell that the group is quite excited as well. And kind of after the meal, the younger man once again gets up, pulls a bit of a sachet out of his side purse thing, and will begin to boil some snow over the fire before placing the satchel in it, and a few moments later you will start to smell this amazing mix of cinnamon and nutmeg.
Ooh.
Cinnamon.
And he will pull some wooden mugs out of the large pack that the leader has, and will put them out for you and offer you tea.
Oh, so nice. Chuwu. He just put Briar in my chat.
How Rory are you? And
I love it.
He'll specifically serve Rolgar first.
Rogar lets out a bit of a chuff as you look at the tea and holds it in his, like, the dainty cup in his large hand.
It's not super dainty. It's a pretty good sized mug.
Oh, it's a mug? Okay.
Yeah, like it's not a teacup. It's like they're mugs.
Can you imagine him with a teacup, though?
Rolgar with a teacup, pinky out.
He will take it and look at it, almost like with a bit of a reluctance. He lets out a sigh. I cannot refuse a gift, but personally, it is not my choice for warming up.
We have mead in our village.
Now you have my interest.
I think
And
we
he
might have
holds
a
up
bottle
the
or
mug
two.
and he holds up the
Kicking
mug
around.
and just chugs down the tea.
It's very pleasant tea. It warms you up, that's for sure. It is definitely a tea made to warm. And he'll serve each of you.
It's not poisoned, right?
I take a big gulp without even asking.
And it tastes like cinnamon bark and nutmeg. It is a pleasantly warm drink, and it does warm your insides as you drink it. You don't feel poisoned. And he's drinking it
Okay,
as
I'll
well,
drink it.
and as does the rest of the group. Like, they all, once they've served you, they serve themselves. But because you are teaching them something as custom, they are giving you something in return. And once you all are warmed up and you've eaten, and you guys have sat around and let your stomach relax a bit, they go, well, I assume that you all want to get some good rest tonight, and, well, we don't have anywhere to go. Would you mind if we camped up with you? It's better if we have a group anyhow.
I'd be okay
Yeah,
with it.
that's totally fine.
And
I see no reason.
They'll pitch the tents before going off, and they clear a big area of snow so that there's enough room for you all to gather. And they will look to Vrolgar with a bit of expectation, seeing as you seem like the
Leader.
not quite leader. I was thinking
Strongest.
not even. Everyone can be strong without having muscle. Magic is a different kind of might from muscle, and there are folks who use their smarts as their weapon. It's a particular class. You look like a warrior, somebody who's already been through that change, and you probably have a bit of a moral code.
Sorry, I missed like the end of that. What was that? That cut
Says
out.
that you have a moral code.
Yeah,
would-
he will nod. Yeah, and
I feel like you would be the best to tell us what the rules of this combat would be.
oh, so you were all serious about that? Well,
Yes.
I must warn you, when it comes to a fight, I tend to have trouble holding back.
Uh-oh.
Can we make sure we don't murder each other?
He's looking with a grin as if trying to see if he's giving anyone a spook out of playfulness.
The younger man looks a little scared. The elder's kind of just looking at you with a cocked eyebrow. The other three are a little uncertain. They're kind of like, I don't know about this man. Like,
Arden sort of like speaks up and is like, I have a suggestion, maybe.
I am willing to hear it.
First, whoever draws first blood gets the advantage, or rather, whoever gets nicked first is out.
I just look to everyone for what their opinion is on it.
I just nod my head.
Oh my god, yeah. This like reminds me of this one time when like me and Daddy and I played a game and it was like hide the corn nugget and it was just like so fun.
I'm just going to cover Pez's mouth real quick with my hand.
I don't even know what a corn
It
nugget is.
was just like so fun.
Don't ask, don't ask, don't ask. Don't ask. I think I know what it is from my carnival days. Don't ask.
Rolgar is looking to Pez. He's doing that. At first, he looks confused, but then he just lets out a chuckle and a bit of a hearty laughter. Were it not for my understanding of Fey magics, I would underestimate you, friend.
I uncover Pez's mouth.
Yeah, that's like a really good point.
Covers Pez's mouth again. Am I using this as a running gag now? Yes.
One other thing before we start this combat. May I ask one simple thing? We leave the younger one out of it. There's 4 of us without him, and there's 4 of you. Seems fair, no?
I mean, if you want to call that fair, I think like maybe 8 of you and like 2 of us would be good, but
Covers Pez's mouth.
He speaks with
Don't
confidence.
give them ideas. No.
I can only hope you can
No.
back that up.
No.
Perhaps I should join our new friends here.
And the youngest, the boyer will kind of look and go, I don't want to fight. I'd rather sit on the sidelines and watch. If that's all right with you all. I am confident in my abilities to, if needed, defend myself, but I'm not a fighter.
Rolgar holds his hand up. You need not speak more. Trust me when I say, the reason why I fight is so others who do not wish to do not have to.
And he gives a nod, and he pulls out a little piece of wood and begins to whittle, watching while doing so. And it's impressive because he doesn't even have to look at his hands as he does these little intricate pieces. And the group will kind of look to Rolgar to start the fight. And give me a moment, I'm just gonna get my encounter thing up here. Alright, now would be a good time while I'm setting up the encounter calculator here.
Well, first of all, I imagine that since we're going to first blood, quote unquote, does that mean getting knocked below half HP means you're out?
Yeah.
It was an eye.
All right.
Okay. Half HP.
Half HP is drawing blood, yes.
All right. Second of all, there is a couple of homebrew rules we play with. The first being critical strikes. So normally when you crit in D&D, you double the damage dice that you are rolling. However, in order to promote consistency and a better feeling of critting, whenever you crit in this campaign, you simply deal the maximum possible damage you could have dealt with your attack, and then add your proficiency bonus on top as a little cherry.
Ooh, shiny.
This makes it so that crits cannot be something that is either, oh my god, you just fucking ruined the entire encounter, or wait, I did less damage than a normal attack. It is better on everybody, and yeah, it's worked out very well in the campaigns we've done it with so far. Secondly is flanking. Some campaigns work where if you are flanking a target, like you have one person on one side of a target and one person on the other, and they are both engaged with that target, any attack rolls on them have advantage. That is not how we are doing it, because honestly, that is just too damn good. Instead, what we're doing is we're encouraging focusing targets by saying that every target that is helping you flank an enemy reduces their AC by 1, up to a maximum of 3.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
if you are facing an enemy by yourself, you are facing them at full strength. If you have somebody on a relatively opposite end of them helping you attack them, they will have -1 AC. If you got a triangle formation, they'll have a -2 AC. If you just got them fucking surrounded with 4 people, they'll have a -3 AC, and that's as good as it can get. So, we don't have a lot of melee attackers, so that won't play too much. However, I think there's 2 of us, right? College of Swords is usually in melee. So yeah, something to consider is having the front line focusing targets and helping flank targets to reduce their AC.
That's actually really cool.
We don't have rogues, so it doesn't matter for them, but it would still allow sneak attack opportunities. So, but yeah, that's not an issue. Any other?
Spell slots versus spell points.
Oh yeah, you should definitely have that figured out by now if you want to use spell slots or spell points. Either are acceptable.
Spell points are more flexible.
Yeah, spell points allow you to have greater flexibility when casting. It is technically just outright better than spell slots up until the very end of the game, like level 19 and 20. But it's just makes it a lot. First of all, it makes it a lot easier to play casters, and it just makes it more interesting to play casters. So if you do want to use spell points, I do have the values for every level, and I can tell you what you would be having right now, as well as the cost of spells. If you want to just keep it simple for yourself, you can just stick with spell slots. You're free to change later on in the campaign if you'd like.
Good to know.
Does that mean none of you want to use spell points for now?
Just for now, I want to eventually move over, but
Okay. So if you're all using spell slots for now, if you ever want to switch, just let me know, and I will tell you your numbers.
I will be the guinea pig and try spell points.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well then, you're just gonna have to manually track them yourself because it is not built into D&D Beyond
Yeah.
Not fair.
yet. Yeah, hopefully they actually add that at some point. Seeing as we are 3rd level, that means you will have 14 spell points.
Send it in the chat so that they also have
I will, yeah.
Yeah. Send
Okay.
it in the important, like the where I sent the calendar
Where is that?
campaign
Oh,
information.
yeah, I see it. I see it.
That fits. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and underneath.
I will simply post the image in here. Yeah, you will have 14 spell points since you are a bard. You're a full caster. And I think you only have 1st and 2nd level spells so far. So 1st level spells cost 2 points, 2nd level spells cost 3. Essentially, spell points is mana.
oh,
Alright.
Second level is 3 spell points. And first level is 2, you said?
Yes. And you have 14 spell points at 3rd level.
And
gonna get you
cantrips
guys-
are a freebie, right?
Cantrips are
Yes.
free, yep.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
I'm gonna get you guys to roll for initiative and tell me one at a time what you get. Starting with Pez.
which dice are we rolling?
If you look at your D&D Beyond sheet, there should be an a initiative button, that you can click, and it'll roll your initiative for you.
Oh, I was gonna go for the real dice.
Real
Yeah, you
dice
can
would be
do that if you want.
D20 plus your Dex modifier.
Yes.
I got 12.
All right. Next up, Rolgar.
5.
Well done.
Makes sense for how he's gonna start the fight, honestly.
You know, that's fair. Nephis.
Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. I have an 11.
An 11. All right.
And that
Not bad at
leaves
all.
me.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Let's go, Arden.
23.
Whoa.
Damn.
So, Arden, you'll be starting us off.
Yeah.
The bandits will set themselves up across from you, and thus begins your skirmish.
First, Arden is going to stop and pull his hair back into a messy bun. Get it out of his face. Do that really intimidating, like, 1.5 second messy bun as an intimidation tactic.
They're just kind of like staring back at you.
And let me see. I am actually at the Let me see here. I did not think this far ahead. I should have known I was going to roll high. Since my initiative modifier is +4.
That's okay, it happens.
The one closest to me. Who is closest to me?
One of the younger men.
Okay. Then the one that's closest to me, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on.
Oh yeah.
So that is a Wisdom save of 13.
Moink. So that is a 12, so they fail.
So that is... I'm not going to be mean with the insult. I'm just going to be like, you kind of smell... I'm sorry. I know, that's rude.
Yeah.
So that's... I'm sorry. So that's 1d4 of damage.
Alright, give me the damage.
That is a 2.
Alright.
God damn it. I just realized we have 3 bards. That's a lot of vicious mockery that's gonna go around.
Oh,
feels-
yeah.
He feels mostly unfazed by your mockery. He kind of
I did it.
lifts
It's
up
more
his
like,
arm.
are you serious?
He lifts up his arm and goes, I don't think I smell.
A little bit. It's fine. You've been out in the wilderness. I understand. I'm sorry. That was mean. That was mean.
I
was
hate
rude
to
of me.
already pipe in as combat advice, but also do not forget to announce that they have disadvantage on their next attack because of that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They do have disadvantage. Yay. Thank you. I forgot.
Alright. Next up is the captain. And the captain kind of thinks for a moment, looking over the group, and he's gonna go for Rolgar. He's gonna take one of the daggers that is tucked in his furs, pull it out, and throw it.
Rude.
Yeah, yeet.
So that will be a 21 hit.
Mm-hmm.
and will be a whole 3 damage. As he kind of like this dagger, it glints you if it hits you at all.
I would say that the dagger would probably come at me, strike me in my plate, and then kind of fall down onto my boot.
I just kind of
Dink dink.
that was an attempt.
The blade end is stuck in my boot, and I pluck it out.
Ah,
No blood.
I did not mean to pierce your boot. I apologize. And that will lead into the poor bandit who has disadvantage on his turn. Going for, of course, the one who attacks him. He rolls a whole ass 3, trying to come up and hit you with a scimitar. But instead of hitting you, he swings the scimitar and swings it into the ground.
I just sidestepped and
and
went, oh, buddy.
It's stuck.
Oh, buddy.
He's just pulling at it. You can tell the poor man
Do you
is
want some
suffering.
help? Can I help?
Kind of
Can I
looks-
help him? Should I help him? Or is that just more of an ego bruise?
And as he's trying to pull it out, Pez, you're up. And Nephis, you're on deck.
Okay.
Oh my god, I don't want to get dirty. I'm gonna go
Just tell
Blade
something.
Ward. Just
Mark.
throw something. I'm gonna use Blade Ward. And so I extend my hand, and I trace a hand, and I go, "No, don't talk to me. This is my."
No, you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it.
Stop! Don't talk to me. This is my pet property. And now until the end of my next turn, I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Nice.
And
I
that's
love
it.
that we have bards that are actually partaking in being bards. I'm living for it. All right. Nephis, you're up.
Yeah, I thought I would know what to do at this point.
Cast a spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Casting spells is usually a good place to start.
I'm just trying to think of which spell to cast.
Hideous laughter. I don't know if you even have that yet.
I don't.
Yeah, it is one we have access to, but it is a first level spell.
Am I able to
What?
do a minor illusion where it's like an animal just running through people's feet so that they trip up?
Minor illusions can't move like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable.
I believe that's major illusion. Isn't
That's
it?
yeah, it's one of the higher level illusions.
Gotcha. I just don't really actually want to hurt any of them. So, shoot.
Well, but don't forget, there's such thing as non-lethal attacking.
Yeah,
Anything
you're doing
you
non-lethal
do
damage.
can be, especially spells, can be weaved in a way where the damage is mostly, what's the word? Like, it's there, it hurts, but it's not like wounding.
And don't
It's
forget
more
they
like
asked you.
glancing.
They asked you to hurt them.
That's true. I guess.
Just pretend they're masochists.
Wait.
That's
Nephis, I'm
what I was
trying
about to say.
I'm trying to help you out by looking at your spells, but you literally don't have any damaging spells.
Besides Fairy Fire, I think.
That's not damaging. No, it's a
Oh.
No,
debuff.
that just gives. Yeah.
Whoops. Okay.
Are you only supposed to have 2 cantrips right now? I thought bards get more.
I thought I
forgot.
had
Yes.
as many as I
I
could.
only
Only-
got 3.
I got
I'll
3,
come
but
on that.
1 is a.
So
Race
Nephis is missing a
specialty.
cantrip then. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
If you both have 3,
Well, one of mine is a race.
checking right now.
I, as
Yeah, it's
what
a-
I am,
Oh, it is 2.
I get
Yeah.
like, yeah, one
We
of
can
mine is
always
a racial
change.
ability.
We can always change it so that you have combat spells later as well. Like if you need to change something, it's okay.
Okay. I could just use my crossbow.
Yes, you can.
You could do that. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That
Okay.
thing
Go
does
for the
hurt
fun.
people.
Yeah.
You
Don't
can
forget, they're
say that.
masochists. They asked for it.
And
Okay.
in terms of non-lethal, you can say that you have blunted bolts.
True. I'll do
They're
that.
rubber tipped.
And go for the ankles.
They're rubber tipped for your pleasure.
Yeah, literally, you have blunted bolts, and you're just aiming to win them in the stomach.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and aim for one of the guys who hasn't been really messed with yet. Yeah, so I'll shoot with my crossbow. I could
Hit me with
do
your
I
best
just
shot.
do I just click it to roll?
Yep. Yep. There should be a there should be a D&D Beyond Brain. There is a to hit and then damage button. You're gonna press that to hit button.
Okay, I got a 9.
You got a 9. On the Mookie boy, it actually hits. So
Oh, his AC. Oh,
Do I roll for damage or no?
yep.
Get
'Cause it's
it.
to half, basically, to draw blood in quotations, which will be just, winding them, would be half health. So you're gonna want to get them to half health, and then they will tap out.
Okay, I got a 6.
Got a 6. That's
nice.
pretty good roll. Nicely done.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna bonk. All right, and he'll catch that to his side, and he goes, "Oh, that's a little harder than I was expecting."
You good there?
Oh yeah, I asked for it.
Just breathe through it. Just breathe through it.
And in turn, this bandit will pull out his light crossbow and give a shot for a whole 10 to hit.
He
Does
didn't
that
say who.
hit you, Nephis?
I am so sorry. What do I look for to see if it hits?
What's your AC?
Armor class.
Armor class. Yeah.
Right,
It'll be at the top.
It's definitely higher than 10. There's
It's
almost
definitely
no way
higher
that
than
it's...
10 is literally the minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, 14. Sorry.
You're good. And then he'll kind of, looking a little dejected, puts his crossbow to his side and goes, "Never been good with crossbow."
It's okay. You'll get
Next.
better.
Next bandit will pull out a crossbow, look at this guy, and go, "This is how you do it. Look,
And
watch."
for that one.
Pulls the
That's
crossbow,
hilarious.
knocks it, and for a 20 to hit,
Ooh,
Oh,
alright.
dang.
Nephis, which does hit, and that is a 8.
Oh,
And
dang.
it won't be piercing damage, it'll be bludgeoning damage. As he shoots for your ankles. And he's not a bad shot, all things considered. You can tell who was practicing. He'll give you a bit of a grin.
So, do I apply that damage? The 8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Vrolgar, you're up. And remember, at the top of the round is Arden, so prep your turn for the next go.
All right.
I'm ready.
Vrolgar.
Let me do my nerdy ass role play here.
Hell
As
yeah! Give us the
Rogar
role
is
play.
looking over the start of the combat this whole time after the first dagger plucked. His hand is on the axe. He pulls it to his side and draws the blade into the snow very slowly before closing his eyes for a brief moment, muttering under his breath. He opens them as his eyes are now glowing a crimson hue. Looking to the captain pulling his axe with a sweep upwards, making the snow fly all around him. And anyone watching would see that that snow is almost showing the silhouettes of something else, of people like him. They are
Ooh.
surrounding him. He holds the axe with vigor. Let us teach them the meaning of Vtuber. And he will jump through the snow as it bursts around him, those silhouettes now flowing into him. He charges at the captain and will swing at him with a reckless attack after raging.
All right. Are you going for the captain?
Yes.
Okay.
Snap.
26 to hit.
I think you hit.
Nice.
Yes, and if you ever want to improve your roleplay, talk to Rad.
All right. That's going to do 14 damage, blunt, as he uses the hammerhead of the axe.
That definitely gives him a bit of a like shock. As
he
you
will...
kind of
Sorry. I'll
As you-
describe the attack now if you want.
I was just gonna say, as you see like a surprised look on his face.
Yeah, as he comes down with the snow trailing him, that hammer strikes at the back of his leg, trying to really throw him off of his balance, but still not afraid to deal a little bit of hurt to him. And that sweep makes that snow fly around once again in a spiral, with one of those silhouettes flying over to Nephis, as I will use a bonus action to use Ancestral Gift Vigor. So Nephis, you gain... I will actually roll it, since I guess it should be me that rolls it for both of us. We will each gain 4 temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
And with that,
Nice.
I pull back, retreating a little bit into that flurry of snow around me, blending in with those silhouettes almost like a ghost myself, as I look to the captain with a smirk. Come and test yourself, friend. That is my turn.
Nice. All right. Arden.
Okay, I'm ready. So
I'm ready,
Arden.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So Arden is going to pull out their rapier, still sheathed because we're going for non-lethal, and sort of. Okay, this is going to be really nerdy, but you know how red mages hold their rapiers, and
Yes. Yes.
that's how he holds his rapier.
The dueling stance.
And yeah, it's a dueling stance. And still focused on the one that he hit with Vicious Mockery earlier, he goes, "Let's dance, shall we?" And goes for an arm strike.
Dude chokes a little bit.
Ooh, at the end of this turn, I need to clarify something about my own abilities. Apologies, I'm playing a new class too.
Yes. We're all learning today.
That is a nat 1.
Oh
Just
no.
Custom
How would you
one.
How would you like to fail today?
So Arden is so confident in themselves at this that they didn't see like a tree root, trip over it, and fall flat on their face. And just holds up a hand and goes, "No one say anything."
It's
Chuwu's in the
Bandit.
corner. Ha ha.
As laughing, Arden just holds up a middle finger. It's still laying on the ground.
The bandit captain will take Rolgar's invitation.
Yeah, so as that's happening, I guess it works out because it's his turn, because, you know, we can just seamlessly land it. While my attack happened, more of those silhouettes in the snow will surround the captain and almost taking up a shield against him, surrounding him everywhere that isn't directly around Rolgar. He will have disadvantage on any attack that is not against me, and it will also deal half damage if it is not against me.
He goes for you. He's interested in the invitation to dance. Blade to blade with you.
You
Sorry,
will have
just give me
advantage on
1
the
second.
attack because of my reckless attack.
Yes. Alright, I will take that. So he looks to you and he will have his scimitar at the ready. And as he kind of looks around him, he goes, I see no other choice but to go for the most interesting, it seems. And he'll go to swing with a 24 to
Yeah, that'll
hit.
hit.
And he will do 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
But not really, because it'll be with the, like, he smacks you. He doesn't actually cut you.
It will also be halved. Sorry, the rules say round up. You're doing rounding up for damage, right? Or sorry, the rules say round down, but you do round up for damage,
We
right?
do round up for damage, and that's for everyone. So, if you do half damage, you get to round up your damage. If they do half damage, they get to round up their damage.
So that will deal 4 damage to me, which only chips at the temp HP. And as he smacks me with the scimitar, it will collide with my skin, but instead of hitting my flesh, it's almost as if it hits that snow that is surrounding me, as if it was ice, and it just completely absorbs the blow.
And that will lead into the next bandit. The one that was finally freeing his scimitar from the ground, kind of looks down at Arden and goes, and will gently pull Arden to their feet.
Aww. That's so
Before
nice
bringing
of you.
himself into a stance again. If it's
Fair
not
enough.
a fair fight, I do not wish to fight it.
Sometimes you gotta take those openings, though.
Not when you're sparring. In real combat, sure. But this is
Fair enough.
honorable combat. And also that looked painful.
Yeah.
And he kind of rubs a hand against like the part of his blade. You can see that it's kind of a little bit chipped from getting stuck in the ground, and he goes, now I'm going to have to redo this blade again. Pez. You're up. Nephis, you're on deck.
Hee hee, Tenandayo. So there's I believe there's one other person who hasn't done anything, right? The one I'm against, so called. I'm going to look at them and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. They need to make a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Fucking good spell.
Let's go.
It is a very good spell.
Unfortunately, I will let you know that they do pass, so they will not be frightened, but I believe they still take half damage if I'm correct.
Yes, they will take a half damage. And what they hear in their ears is gonna be like, oh my gosh, wow, look at them. Oh my goodness, what? Who? And then they're just gonna keep saying, who? And then they're gonna be like, cares about your life.
Damn, what the fuck?
Damn, Pez!
So
Alright, what's the
mean.
damage?
Half of 14, so 7 or 8?
7.
7.
7.
Because it's a full number.
Okay. And they take 7.
God damn!
Well done! Well done!
That was mean!
Hey, listen. Sometimes you gotta take those shots.
I mean, fair! But damn!
And then I'm just gonna sit there and scoff at. I'm gonna do a little scoff at Arden and be like, hmm.
You're a little shit.
I can see Arden and Pez just having like this very sibling like dynamic and just trying to piss each other off.
That I end my turn.
You're up.
Okay, so I didn't mention it, but like Nephis, when he got hit, he was like, "God damn shit, fuck." And like he's like holding his ankle a little bit, and he's like, "That was a good shot." And he goes to try and shoot again. This time at the guy who actually hit him. That was the guy who I was aiming at, right?
The one that you hit is not the one that hit you, because he was too winded to actually hit you. It was the one next to him who was basically, "Hey, watch me do this."
Yeah. I wanna go after him, kind of as a light revenge thing.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you.
Okay. I rolled an 8 to hit.
8 to hit, so unfortunately that does not hit.
That's okay. I just blame it on him being so pained that now he's like bothered.
So the bandit kind of looks at you, gives a bit of a tilt of the head, and trying to copy the one before him, he'll pull back his belt or actually aims the shot this time. Let's go. And with a 21 to hit.
Oh, damn.
Which will
Yikes.
beat your AC.
Oh my.
He will hit you for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So that takes away the
As-
4 from the temporary hit points, right?
Yeah. And then 1 off of your regular health.
Okay.
And he kind of excitedly looks to his buddy to see if he saw that, and the other one's just kind of shaking his head. And he goes, "See, I can do it."
You got this, buddy. Still wincing while holding my ankle.
The next one kind of looks and, thinking on it for a moment, changes targets. Feeling that poor Nephis has had enough. Looks to Pez. And pulls back his crossbow. Aims. Watches. Lets the bolt go. And with a 17 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
You do have the resistance, or oh no, was that until
No,
last turn,
it was
or
until the end of this turn, and since I already went,
Okay.
it's gone.
So you take a whole 3 damage, as the bolt kind of just narrowly grazes your shoulder. This bandit looks a little confused. As we go to Vrolgar, the sky clears a bit. There's not as much of a storm. And for the first time in a while, you can see the moon and the sky.
Nice. As that light is shining down, it will create a shimmer over those silhouettes now, giving them even more shape than before. No longer just a strange image in the snow, but almost as if it is a tangible force. And with it, one of them will rush over to Pez's side. As I will use the gift of vigor once again. This one will give. Ooh, there we go. That gives Pez and myself 6 temporary HP.
Oh my god, Daddy!
Oh
That
my
spirit
god.
rushes over to you. You
I
see it
knew
in the
it.
snow. It's a very curious sight, and eventually disperses into these flakes that start surrounding you as if some sort of barrier. It surrounds myself as well, and also helps to mask the attack that comes from underneath, as I will use another reckless attack to strike at the captain.
Ooh.
14 to hit, a bit low.
14 to hit does hit though.
All right. Weak attack 2. That's only going to be 9. What? Oh, D&D Beyond, help. 9
Hello?
damage.
D&D Beyond, hello.
Yeah.
Just a warning, it does sometimes break.
Sometimes.
Always, it always breaks.
Yeah.
All right, 9 damage.
This time the hammer will try and find center mass. It's definitely a restrained blow as it connects with his chest, trying to knock the wind out of him. But I pull it back quickly and put myself into a defensive stance. That is my turn.
Nicely done, nicely done. All right, top of the round, Arden. I believe in you.
Arden is still in his duel. He pulls himself back into his dueling stance after he was so graciously helped up, and he looks to the one that helped him up and goes, "Hey, I have a question. What did the buffalo say when he sent his son off to college and he cast hideous laughter?
Oh my god.
6.
Wisdom save 13.
I hope this punchline adapts to whether or not they succeed.
So this is going to be a whole of 7. They're not very wise.
He says, "Bye, son."
God damn it.
Please end me now. Oh my god.
Disgusting.
That's a good
Damage
one.
does it do?
I don't think it.
Hideous laughter doesn't do damage. It just
What does it
knocks them
do?
prone.
It just renders him prone.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
and
fuck's sake. He's just-
They are incapacitated, is it? Or
And unable to stand up for the duration. A at the end of its turn, and each time it takes damage, the target can make another Wisdom saving throw. The
Okay.
target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage.
it is incapacitated, so that is important.
Yes.
All right.
And for a bonus action, I am going to give
Bardic
Nithis.
Inspiration?
Yes, Bardic Inspiration.
Yay.
How do you give your Bardic Inspiration?
I just turn to them and go, "Come on, you can do it. I know you can.
Oh, are you the dad
Put a little
bard?
spice in it." I am the dad bard. I swallow swords. What do you expect me to do?
We have a dad bard now.
So now you have
You
an
can
extra.
do it, champ!
You can do it, buddy.
Wow, thanks.
Are you winning, son? All right. Bandit captain.
It's just going to get worse as we go on. I promise.
I'm living for it. You better have a good catalog of dad jokes.
Oh, I will.
The bandit captain, once again, looking to, Rolgar will, try to hit you a little harder this time. And he has advantage again because of the...
Yep, I reckless attacked again. Yep.
Alright, so that is a nat 20.
Mm.
So he's gonna give you a big schmackerino. So that's going to be 9 damage.
All right.
Hold
so
on.
I'll take
Hang
5.
on, hang on.
Oh, all
It's
right.
9 damage. And he kind of looks to you a little sheepishly.
So you 9 damage was the total then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take 5, and once again, because that was a good roll, despite the fact that that blow seems true, and it's even gonna go and get me right where I'm exposed, that snow barrier forms this just impenetrable ice-like shield, and the temp HP fully absorbs it.
And that will lead to the bandit that is prone.
How you doing, buddy?
And he gets to roll, right, to break out of it?
Yes. Yes.
Which he does not. Which leads us to Pez. Pez Dispenser!
Dispensar.
Dispensar.
Dispenser. Dispenser.
Okay,
Like
so
far.
I look at the one that shot me, and I was like, Daddy's gonna be angry about this. Oh my gosh, but wait, I forgot to ask, what are your pronouns?
Oh my god.
Do they answer?
I'm assuming they're about to be was-were.
Well, I'm gonna use vicious mockery.
I
You
was
know-
thinking of like going to use the was were.
Well, I want to know what they are.
To be fair, it is just light.
He, him?
Oh my gosh, okay, that's so helpful, because you really smell like it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna come after you.
And that hits with a
Christ.
4. The full mockery.
Maximum mockery.
Oh my god, I can't. Fucking can't. I can't! God damn it. Alright, anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action?
I don't think I have any bonus actions. I was been looking at everything. Can't find
You'll be a
anything.
bard. You do have bardic inspiration, right?
Oh shit, I'm a bard. Alright.
Yeah, y'all have bonus actions out the ass, and you're not using them much.
You also have a really good reaction at level 5, I think.
Yeah. I get another bonus on 5, but the only ones I have are Bardic and Mantle.
always
I'm
do
gonna
bardic
use
inspiration.
I'm gonna use Bardic on Volgar. And I'm gonna be like, go daddy go!
Wait, is he daddy?
Guess he is now!
Oh no.
I do not know how I feel about the concept of being a father.
Okay, you get 3 inspiration.
Nephis, you're up.
Oh jeez. Okay, so I finally stopped like being upset about my ankle. I do want to note that I'm currently at half of my HP.
You're
So
at half?
tapped out.
Yes, I was gonna say I think I'm tapped out.
Are you exactly at half?
Yes.
Then you are technically still in it.
Oh,
Until
Getting
you-
knocked
yeah,
below half
1 point.
HP is bloody
1
status.
point, yeah.
okay. So I'm like, all right. I'm gonna try again one more time, but then I think I might be out. And so
I believe in you.
I'm gonna shoot one more time at that dude who hurt my ankle so bad. I got a 20
Oh,
to
damn.
hit,
Yep.
Alright.
and then 10 damage.
That's a good hit.
Yeah.
So you will take.
Wait, was that a nat 20?
That was not a natural
Dirty
20.
Oh, okay.
You will take the first bandit down.
Oh, wow. If I'm going down, you're going down with me.
He will tap out, and he will move to the side. So that will take him out of this group. So now, it is just one bandit, and he will turn his attention once again to Pez. The little flying target is a little too much fun at this point. He's toying with him. With a 20 to hit. And 6 damage. As he aims, and this time goes for the actual shoulder instead of above. He aims down just a bit to get you right in the shoulder. It's a good feeling, like a sucker punch.
Thankfully, Daddy's there to protect me.
And like
I had
it's
this.
still like it has the like punch. It doesn't hurt, but like the force is still like oomph for just a moment. But like there's no pain behind it.
I'm trying to get rid of my temp points and it's not going. What the hell?
Ralgar. Or should I say daddy?
All right.
Daddy!
I will look like I'm carefully moving around the bandit, watching his actions. You strike true, but it seems the Vtuber wish to teach you a lesson today. And I will make another reckless attack. 19 to hit, which I know will hit him. Big. Oh, that is chunky. 18.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I'm choking on my own like spit.
Great.
I did that earlier.
We're all talented then.
Yes, it's a skill. Gotta choke on something. Wait.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
I'm gonna tell you what I choke on later, but not on stream.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
brain short circuited when I said that.
I am a say-so VTuber, please.
Shut up! Listen here.
We know
Ayo.
better.
Are any of us say so here? Because I could stop making jokes right now if we are actually truly like.
What?
I won't make anyone
I'm not
uncomfortable.
established as anything yet, so yeah.
Okay. All right.
Degen
I won't make
hours
anyone
happen when they have them.
Yeah, we're kind of just okay. Rolgar, well done. That was some good ass fucking damage. Damn.
How's he looking?
Getting close.
All right.
Still on
That-
his feet though.
That blow will come back around in the opposite direction as I do a cross swing downwards onto his shoulder, trying to put him to his knees almost. As I pull back, looking at him, trying to stand tall above him. Do you yield? And that's my turn.
And he kind of looks to you with determination. Arden, I believe in you.
Believe in the me that believes in you. Okay.
This poor man who was on the ground, knocked prone, on the easy
I'm
target.
sorry, buddy. You are a very easy target. Wait, doesn't that mean I have an advantage?
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Okay, so Arden is going to fall back into his dueling stance with his rapier and do another arm strike towards him.
Alright.
19.
Definitely hits.
Crit fish, you said it yourself. You have advantage.
I do. I'm going to. Let's try it one more time. Let's see if we get something better. No, I'm taking the 19.
Always
So
roll
that-
them double dice because you don't know if you'll crit.
It's for 7 damage.
Poor man.
I'm sorry. I feel guilty now. I feel like I'm beating up like a small animal.
He just kind of looks up at you, unable to move.
I'm sorry.
The bandit captain will go next. Oh, does he get to reroll because he got damaged?
Yes.
That's a 7. All right.
Sorry,
bandit
buddy.
captain looks to Vralgar and goes,
Wait, did you throw? Did you? The target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage.
that's
Good
a
to know.
6 and a 7.
Okay, never mind. I
Right.
tried.
Thank you for giving him a chance.
I'm sorry, buddy.
He just kind of looks down at himself. Just, ugh. Bandit captain will look to you, Vralgar, and goes, "One more try. Just one more."
I hold my axe firm, rooting myself into the ground, ready for whatever he has for me.
And this time, with a bit more vigor behind it, he swings his blade at you once, and that is a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That's
And he'll hit for... roll the right die. 7 damage.
okay.
But then
Reduce
we'll
that.
swing again, having
Ah.
gained some of his energy back. Swings and goes for it again. That is a 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he will do 9 damage.
All right, so that'll be 5. And this
And we'll
time,
see.
he's able to weave around Vrolgar's defenses. Most of his strength in his offense, obviously. But it still just catches him on his armor. It's chipping away here and there. He still seems unfazed, though. But at the same time, looks at him with a bit of acknowledgement.
All right. And with that, we'll go to the poor bandit that's on the ground. This man.
I'm
he's gonna
sorry,
try.
buddy.
What is the saving?
13.
He does it. He finally does it.
Hey!
Yay! Arden cheers for him, like, yes, you did it!
Unfortunately, he still lost his whole turn.
Yeah, he
I'm
uses
sorry!
his scimitar to push himself up, and he just shakes himself off, shivering a bit from the cold. And that will take us to Pez.
I'm sorry,
guy.
buddy.
Pez Dispensar.
Okay, wow. I'm getting a little tired of this. So I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level on the one who
Again.
tried to strike me.
Alright.
And that's a 14 wisdom.
Alright, this man is not very wise. He rolled a 12, so...
I warn you, this may be a little dark.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
So what he hears is, she doesn't love you. This isn't what he wanted. You're not enough. You'll never be enough. You'll never do anything important. You're the reason he's dead.
What?
Christ.
What?
Whoa!
Oh.
Whoa!
Look, this is supposed to be non-lethal, dude.
I mean, it may not be physically lethal, but it definitely
It's not
killed something.
physical. Let's look
Killed
at the damage
something.
real quick.
This man... Oh no!
I need to make
That
sure my
is
shirt
a
holder's on.
16.
And that will take him out. He will back out, crying and running away from you.
Oh no!
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
God, what's
also
the show
gonna
where that
type,
happens at the end of the show? I know exactly where you pulled that from, but I don't remember the name of the show.
Then I'm gonna use Mantle of Inspiration for all of us, for all four of us, to gain 5 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah. But I am terrified.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have my hands full with you guys. Oh my god.
Can I don't have anybody I'm fighting. Can I go and like give him support? The poor guy.
You know what? If you want to go give him support on your turn, I'll allow it. Nobody's fighting you anymore, so yeah.
American Dad, that's it.
I saw the
They do
fucked
that
up
like
shit
American
that went
Dad
happen.
and King of the Hill, and
Oh jeez.
Sorry, go on.
Jesus Christ.
Nephis goes to comfort this poor man. And you'll watch as Nephis kind of toddles off to go after him. Vrolgar, you're up.
All right. Rolgar feels even more vigor surging within him, not from his own spirits this time, looking to Pez with a nod as he gives his axe a quick twirl so that it is now the blade end facing the captain. He gives him a bit of an intimidating look and goes for another reckless attack to try and finish the job. Not murderously, though.
Sounds murdery to me!
Sounds murdery.
yes,
Go
Daddy.
ahead.
Natural
Yeah.
20!
Yes, Daddy!
Oh, God.
What's the
So
damage?
this will do, what is it? So 19 damage. Or sorry, 21 damage.
That does take him below half.
All right. So what'll happen?
Slay!
He grips that axe tight after twirling it blade into the captain, intimidating him into dropping his guard as he takes a wild swing like a cyclone, making all that snow as if it's a hurricane around him. Pushing through the barrier, the blade comes, and it's not a swing, but rather a thrust. And the tip of his Dane axe style blade pierces gently right into his collar, just enough to leave a sting, but it stops with a motion that's very sudden, waiting for him to back down as it just slightly cuts downwards. And the snow will dissipate as he sees his glowing crimson eyes with a look of victory.
There's still one bandit standing.
That is my turn with him, though. I will wait for the captain.
The
Hi,
captain backs
buddy.
down. Arden.
Hi, buddy. You doing okay?
It just kind of
I'm
looks
sorry about-
around.
You still want to do this?
And he gives a nod.
Okay. I'm going to do another unarmed attack and just Arden sort of rolls his shoulders back a bit before he rushes forward as fast as he can with his rapier.
All right.
That is a 15.
That hits.
That is 13. That is max damage.
Big roll.
And that will take him below half, which means he yields.
And I immediately go to help him up.
And that will end our first combat. This is mostly to gauge how comfortable we are, and I'm very pleased. It was very smooth comparatively to some combats I've run. Someone became daddy. That was interesting.
Temporarily.
Someone became daddy, and someone became dad. Are you
Doing good.
winning, son? No!
It's about that time.
And as you guys finish up combat, the one who sat out will approach with more tea, warming you all up. It's pretty frigid. As night becomes even darker and colder, fire and tea is a welcomed sight. And the captain will then, as well, pull out a couple of bottles of mead and share it around.
I will very eagerly snatch that bottle, pull off the cork with my teeth, and spit it out and start chugging it down.
It is one of the best meads you've ever had.
Chug,
And you're
Daddy,
not gonna
chug!
No, don't chug. Share.
There's more. There's more than one bottle. He pulls
Okay,
out
there better
about
be.
6.
Ooh. He steals bottle.
I sip on the tea. It's pretty good.
I take a swig of both.
They're both pretty good. And as you sit around the fire, once you all have your drinks, the young man will pass out little figurines of yourself.
Aww.
Each of you will get a little mini figurine of yourself.
I love
made out of
it.
a piece of wood.
Oh my
That's so
god.
sweet.
I love it.
Look over the figure with a bit of admiration. A bit of actual just ease and calm to Vrolgar's look for once.
So, I learned a lot from watching you all fight. I can see where my group may lack in focus, and I think I can turn some exercises out for them to do to practice and get better. I really appreciate you helping my brothers.
They actually held their own pretty well.
My
Oh,
ankle
yeah.
hurts still.
Maybe a little more mental toughness will do them some good.
I have words to say to you.
Focus will help. And go for the ankles next time.
Ankles are always good.
That might be true for some. I must say for sure, though, you are not lacking for the spirit.
They all will kind of give a cheer. And since the night is clear, and while there's a bite to it, it's one of the warmest nights you've had in a long time. And maybe it's because of the weather, and maybe it's just the company, but things feel just a little bit more alright. And as the fire begins to burn out, and some of you may start to turn in, the group looks to you and goes, so we should probably have somebody watching the camp. Who's taking first watch? It's all entirely up to you. You all were here first.
Okay, okay, you can stop begging. I'll do it. Like, I know I'm super strong and everything.
I was actually going to volunteer, but that's cool too.
I must
Yeah.
admit, you speak those words with such a manner that I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah, you know, like, a couple hundred years gives you that kind of confidence.
And the young man will offer to sit with you for the first watch. And the rest will trudge off into their tents getting cozied up in their furs and trying their best to stay warm.
Okay, word.
And the young boy will sit with you and ask you questions about your home. And in turn will tell you about his.
Is
And he'll
everyone
tell-
gone?
What do you mean?
Everyone went to sleep?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, how are you, little one?
Well, I had some questions, actually.
Of course, you can fire away.
Well, you don't seem to be from around here. You know, the rest, they seem like the well-traveled sort in this side of the land, but you seem to come from something different, something more... I don't know how to describe it. But it's not a bad thing. You just give off this aura.
As we'll
Right.
flap his wings a little bit to show off some pink glitter and say something a bit more magical, maybe.
Something a bit more fey, perhaps. Yeah, I know about your kin.
You're awake still?
Oh,
My
hey.
apologies, sir.
I mean, oh my god, Daddy, you're awake?
He comes out from his tent saying that and takes a seat with another bottle of mead. You do not understand. I am quite familiar with the late nights.
Yeah, me and you both.
So, what was it like where you're from?
Well, it used to be, as you would think it, very magical and warm and beautiful, but certain instances have changed. Certain powers have come to be, and it became a place where I no longer felt welcomed, where I could no longer be me. So I found these couple of ragtag ragamuffins over here and decided to join them.
Well, they
As
seem
you're
quite wonderful.
As Pez, as you're speaking of this, you see there's a bit of a sadness in Volgar's look, paying attention to how you had to leave the Fae. It seems like not much has changed over so many ages.
I notice it in a bit, and I scoot a little closer to you, still flying above wherever we're sitting. Yeah, things may go on for a while, and time changes things, but I'm afraid even though with all my years I may not live to see it.
Nonsense. Not with that attitude, at least.
Well,
This gives a little bit of a laugh. Well, I really hope we can do something about it at least.
when I was growing up, I mean, I only recently came into my adulthood. I haven't really seen much of the fair weather. All I really remember is cold.
And for that, I do not pity you. Pez drops his performance a little bit. It was a place where you could really be free and be yourself. This world we're living in now is very cold and destitute. But where I'm from, things used to be a lot better, especially in the past.
Not
Maybe
too
that's-
far in the past, though.
Something that we can fight for.
Definitely.
They told me when I was growing up that I would become this great warrior and that I would be forced into this role, that I must bring pride to my village. That as my father's only son, with 3 daughters aside me, I was to be the warrior. My sisters were 10 times the fighter than I was. I could cook and I could make things, but when it came to fighting, I was not that great, and unfortunately, that was what made the village decide that I was no longer worthy of living in the comforts of our town. My father did not want me to leave, nor did my mother, but they were told that it was either I left or they all did. And with my younger sister about to be born, I wouldn't have allowed it.
Worthy is just a word. It's up to the perception of many and the views of few. You have skills unlike others, and some may have skills unlike yours. To judge people on what they can and cannot do instead of what they can excel at is something I can't seem to get the hang of.
And he nods, and he'll kind of ponder for a moment before turning to Vrolgar and saying, "Do you think that girls can be warriors too? 'Cause I do."
Do I think? My friend, surely you have heard of the Valkyries.
Of course, but my village was different, you know. They treated the women as not necessarily lesser, but they were expected to do certain things, and
Then they are fools.
You think my sisters would be able to leave and lead lives that they deserve? I'd like to pay the group of you to go and get them. They're all old enough to leave home, and if they have somebody to take them to somewhere where they can be safe, they'd leave in a heartbeat. I can't do it on my own. I may have meager earnings, but I have some gold that I can spare.
You need not concern yourself with giving me all of your savings. I will gladly help you in this pursuit.
Really?
Buzz kind of perks up a little. Why not? I'm always in the mood to cause a little bit of mischief if I can.
I would be forever grateful. I can apprise you of the details in the morning, when all your friends are awake. It looks like our turn's about to be up anyways. And he looks up to the sky. You all should get some rest as well, and wake up the next watch.
I suppose I should understand my limits for the night. And he takes the last swig of mead as he finishes the bottle and plops it down in the snow standing upright.
Yeah, I guess I do need some sleep to keep looking this good.
And he'll crawl into one of the tents, waking up the next group. The bandits take their turn, as well as I'm assuming Nephis and Arden would take their turn for watch.
Yeah.
And as you sit around the fire, watching over the now quiet camp, in the far off distance, you can hear, on the wind, music. Soft and quiet. And as the first rays of the sun begin to hit the snow and it sparkles, a fresh day is upon you. And the camp begins to stir And once again, those who are good at hunting will go out, finding you meat and what little salvageable vegetation they can find. And we'll cook you breakfast. And as you all sit down to eat, the youngest will then once again bring forth the proposal. I talked to Rolgar and Pez last night, but I'd like to bring it up with the rest of you. Very little to offer in return, but I have 3 sisters. They're older than me. And they want to leave the village, but they can't do it on their own. And I was not permitted to bring them out, but perhaps with your aid, I could get them somewhere safe, where they can be whatever they want. And they're not forced to follow some arbitrary rule set.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd pay.
I have enough gold. It's okay.
I'm not too worried about payment.
Make you something in return instead, too. I'm very good at making things.
You gave me a nice little figurine. I think I'm good.
Yeah. Same, but
Keep whatever coin you were planning on giving to me, and just promise me that you will continue finding glory in your own way.
And he
And
nods
if we-
to the group of you.
and if we can help your sisters get out and be happy, then isn't that just the right thing to do?
He gives a nod. I just know that they're 10 times the warrior that I am, and they'll never let them fight. Right now, they want all the women to be bearers of children and the families to continue our lineage, and I understand wanting to continue our ancestry, but what's the use if they keep kicking people out?
That sounds
True.
gross.
I, for
I'm
one,
That's
welcome.
like so disgusting. Like, I remember this one time. Just ew.
I, for one, welcome the opportunity to see shield maidens in action. Do you know how they prefer to fight?
Well, my one sister, she's skilled in magic, but the other two, their footwork is something else, and they fight with spears and swords with equal measure. It's
I want to spar with
beautiful
them.
to watch them fight. They are unlike anything I've ever seen, and I'm very proud to call them my sisters.
And I very much look forward to seeing them. And your village is, forgive me, a bit foolish for stopping them on their pursuits, especially now. Winter demands the most out of warriors, if the omens are to be believed.
My father believes in them very strongly, and I'm very concerned about the things that he would tell me. Did you
Then
know
let
that there
us-
was a land that was pulled together? 3 whole continents into one.
Wow.
They say that a great demon did it.
A demon?
This
So they
I'm not
say.
sure of.
And he kind of goes quiet after that, definitely contemplating whatever is going on in his head. And for tonight, I think that's where I'm going to end the session, just a bit early.
Okay.
I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate a stopping point.
But that was fun. I feel good.
That
was
went
good.
really
First session.
well.
Yeah.
Everyone, don't forget to save your games.
Is that something you have to do on the site, or are you joking?
Oh no, it's a joke. It's a joke.
It was a joke.
This is a save point.
Oh yeah.
Checkpoint in game. Everyone heal up. Get your mana back.
Yeah, do long rest. Actually, don't forget the long
Yes,
rest.
that's
I'm gonna say thank you for everybody who showed up and showed out to this first session
Yeah.
of D&D. To anybody and everybody's stream, because if you're supporting one of us, you're really supporting all of us, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was a good session.
We're gonna do another session next week. We're gonna try weekly. It may turn to bi-weekly. It depends on a couple of things, but we're gonna see how it goes for a bit. But I want to thank my players very much for coming in and playing at my table. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be your DM. I am forever grateful for anybody who lets me spin a tale with them.
I'm just happy to be part of the D&D group again.
Yeah, it's fun.
Same here. Thank you all for joining. Really, really. It means a lot. Especially since when me and Star first met and we talked about it. It's just been something I've really thought about lately. And it really makes me happy.
Yeah.
It feels really special. Like, I feel like D&D is one of those things that, like, it really brings people together from all different walks of life, all different parts of the internet. But I think the coolest part is we're all VTubers, and, like, we all get to, you know, be little degenerates together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all cast dissonant whispers together.
And I really appreciate that, like, I think this group is going to be a mix between, like, very serious and a little bit silly. So, like, it's a really nice mix of being able to have those moments of, like, being ridiculous. But I can definitely see that you guys are going to take this game seriously, and I'm so excited to see what happens next.
Yeah.
And from now on, if we do have combat, I will be showing off maps that I've made myself. I've been pre-making a lot of maps. So I work very hard on my maps and stuff. One thing that I will say is if you have to miss a session for whatever reason, just let me know at least 24 hours in advance unless it's an emergency, just so I can count on not having a person there. We usually play with a one-man down rule, but if it's more than one person, I will reschedule the session to the next week, and we'll just call it an L. Try to keep notes if you can. I do give an inspiration for whoever does the recap next week.
Dibs.
I do want to know the names of the people again.
All of the NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaf is the leader. Orem was one of the other guys, and I actually didn't catch the name of the third one or fourth one.
I think I have them written down. I mistook Leaf for Thief because I couldn't hear.
Yeah, it's Leaf. Yeah, Leaf. Not spelled like a tree leaf, you know, L-I-E-F. Leaf. And yeah, if anybody else is still gonna be streaming, we should probably raid into them if we can, or find somebody to multi-raid, aggressively multi-raid somebody with love.
I'm playing Dark Tide.
Cause, oh god, shut up, McDonald's! Nobody cares about your ads! God.
Oh my god. I was just about finished for the day. Because I want to try and get some other things done. But
Yeah, I
If
have
you want a
to.
multi raid, we can definitely do that to someone.
Yeah,
I've
want
got
to
to
give a
start
raid out
getting
to
ready
somebody.
for bed and walk the doggos.
You know what? I have somebody that I kind of want to raid out to. Because I know that they're a pretty amazing human.
I will try to
They're-
raid. I don't think I've done it before.
It's just /raid. I'm gonna raid Kokahi. They're part of my stream team. They're doing reclears right now for PS8 in Final Fantasy. They're really, really awesome. They deserve a lot of love. I would appreciate if you guys went to visit my friend here. Let's see if I can. And come visit me again. If you guys want to raid Kokahi, you don't have to. But if you would like to, this is his handle. It's just /raid and then the username. But it was really nice having everybody here. It was really fun playing D&D. I'm gonna raid out to Kokahi. I hope you guys have a great, great night. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And we'll see you probably tomorrow with another stream, just casually. But for now, bye.
See.
They're such good, like, people. There we go. Fuck.
Doing
Poor
all the
Kokahi.
raidy stuff.
Bye, guys. I'm
Poor
gonna raid you to
Kokahi is not
Kokahi
gonna,
like she
like-
mentioned. I figure it's just a good idea.
They're gonna be like, "Oh my god, is this an attack?"
It's an attack!
Bye.
They're all coming!